Are we live? What's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and jump right into the stream. Let's jump right into it. So, what can we learn from this website? So, big shout out to King Energy first and foremost. Now, most agency websites are overcomplicated. I was looking at this. I saw how King Energy does something insanely simple, and that's exactly why it works. Now, they replaced the entire hero section with a TikTok video carousel, no long paragraphs, no, we are a full service agency, just instant proof, right? Now, this isn't an agency website, but this is a great example of how you utilize call to actions, right? In your hero section, right? You utilize this is more so proof, right? This isn't necessarily call to action, but this is more so you put the proof right to the pudding, right? People want to see who this guy is, what he's all about. So, right, boom, fashion playbook, how to go viral, behind the scenes. So these are the things that you can essentially get, and then bam, move right into future tiers. So, um, the breakdown of this is immediate visual validation, so no reading required, right? Feels native to attention spans. The TikTok brain is what you're dealing with today, right? This builds trust before explanation. So the punchline is, if your site needs explaining, it's already using. So why this works, right? So video over text because it compresses trust. Social proof plus demo plus personality in 5 seconds. It feels like scrolling, not reading. It removes friction, increases conversion speed. So your website should feel like content, not a brochure, especially in today's time. Like I said, TikTok brain is what you're essentially dealing with. Now, the tier section strategy, moving on down here, right after the videos, they hit you with the pricing tiers. So no fluff. You get right into, what tier do you want? What can you pay? So why this is smart. So filters buyers instantly, right? It anchors value early. It attracts decisive clients. You want to have multiple options because you're going to have different kinds of buyers. Not everybody is going to be able to afford to pay the same price, right? So you want to have different options for different kinds of people. So the key insight here is clarity converts more than creativity, right? So this is very clear. I know exactly what I'm getting. I know exactly what the price I'm paying for. I know exactly the benefits. So now the minimal structure you need here, the entire site is basically proof, videos, pricing, tiers, and benefits, right? That's it. No 12 sections, no scrolling marathon. The takeaway here is most websites fail because they try to say everything, right? And even me, like someone who makes websites, um, I sometimes get it wrong because you have to think about marketing, you have to think about distribution, right? You have to think about optimizing your website so it can be as simple as possible to get your potential customers or clients or users to do the thing you want them to do as simple as effective as possible. If you load it with too many things at once, then they'll get confused. They won't know how to parse it. They won't know how to assimilate and absorb the information because it's too much text, because there's not enough imagery, there's not enough video, right? So these are things that you must do. Now, how should you copy this, right? As a software engineer slash founder. So if I were going to rebuild my agency site today, I do this: 3 to 5 short vertical videos, results, bills, testimonials, clear pricing tiers, bullet point outcomes, not features. So don't reinvent websites, just compress them. Now, moving on. FastSpring. So I came across FastSpring when I was doing some research on something, right? For some looking for target customers and clients to reach out to for outreach. So while everyone is building AI tools, FastSpring is quietly building has quietly already built infrastructure, and that's where the real money is, right? That's where the real money is. So what FastSpring actually does, so they don't just process payments, they handle global taxes or VAT, subscriptions, compliance, localization. They remove headaches developers don't want to deal with. The big lesson here is the best SaaS ideas today aren't flashy, they're operational. Taxes, billing, compliance, automation layers, the boring problems equal billion-dollar business. Let me say this again for software engineers and people who are in tech. Boring problems equals billion-dollar businesses. Boring problems equal billion-dollar businesses. Boring problems equal billion-dollar businesses. Say it with me. Boring problems equal billion-dollar businesses. So the AI angle here is, with AI automating creation, the bottleneck shifts to infrastructure, meaning everyone can build, you can scale globally. Build tools that can handle scale, not creation. So the founder strategy here is, if you're a dev in 2026, here's what to build: workflow automation, payment abstraction layers, AI plus compliance tools, backend infrastructure products. Don't build what's trending, build what's required. Let me say that again. Don't build what's trending, build what's required. Don't build what's trending, build what's required. And then you'll always have a customer, because think about it this way. Now you're not building for consumers, you're building for businesses, right? And when you're building for businesses, it's always a better route to go, because businesses are they're going to they're going to be in business for years, especially if they're already very successful businesses. Now moving on. Now Nipsey Hussle tribute site. So I'm building a tribute site for Nipsey Hussle, but not the way you think. It's not just a website. It's going to be more like a digital experience, music plus visuals plus storytelling, cultural archive. Now, artists don't just need streams, they need platforms they own. I'm pulling from playlists like this. So imagine this layered in merch drops, exclusive content, membership tiers. Artists should be tech companies. I'm building this live. Tap in if you want to see how it evolves. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that because I feel like a lot of people don't know what to build. Build a website for your favorite artist. Build a tribute site. Things like that that can get people's attention because it's something they care about and it's something you care about too. So it's more personal. So it's more fun, right? Those are the things you have to build for your portfolio because those are the things that you notice because those are the things you're going to work hard on because it's actually something you care about. So I just want to put that out there and let you guys know that's what I'm doing because Nipsey Hussle, this is a playlist that I actually listen to, right? And so while I was listening to it, I was like, man, I might as well build a tribute site with this playlist on there. That way I can have like my own set of visuals and my own sort of site I can go to sort of play this playlist when I want to instead of having to go to YouTube. So I thought that would be a cool thing for me to do. So yeah, that's just me. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, I tried to build a website based off of this Voxel Toolbox site where you sort of break it down and you rebuild it, right? And then it rebuilds you shoes. I don't have the site up here because I forget which account I was using to actually build it in. Because I have a few different accounts, but or just two. But I couldn't figure out where I built it at. So essentially, I tried using AI to build the Air Max Day site because I think yesterday was Air Max Day or the day before, but it was a complete failure. So AI can generate code, but it can't generate taste. So it had no design hierarchy, no cultural context, and no brand understanding, and it just didn't pretty much know how to create the shoe and turn it into an actual shoe shape or design. So the real problem is AI outputs average by default. It mirrors existing patterns. It doesn't create standout experiences. So to win with AI, you need strong creative direction, clear constraints, and human taste layers. So AI is a multiplier, not a replacement. If your inputs are mid, your output will be mid. Let's move on. Now, I saw this the other day and I was like, wow, Netflix is raising prices. So people are mad, but this tells us something very important. They're not just a streaming company anymore, right? Originals, sports, WWE, games, tech features. I mean, this is a vertical expansion. They're becoming an entertainment ecosystem. So, because content is expensive and attention is competitive, if your product gets better, you should charge more. But you need perceived value, you need lock in, right? Every SaaS eventually becomes a bundle. Simple products turn into ecosystems or they don't survive. Now, I'll go ahead and wrap it up there. These are just a few things that I wanted to kind of talk about here. Um, what we have next is I have doing a landing page breakdown on a few websites. I'll be putting those on my blog. So if you guys are interested in checking those out, make sure you check out my Substack. It is AI Dev Now or Algorithmic Innovations. And I'll leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. And if you did, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you're on TikTok, make sure you go ahead and give me a follow. And I would appreciate it very much. I will see you in the next video. As always, keep coding, keep building, and you know the rest.